retard, retard, retard.
So, we're already live. I'm just eating my salad. Welcome back. Right, what a jump. We are in Peru, Lima. Oh, hang on. Why? Oh my god. Yeah, sorry. I don't know. I sure I checked LATAM. Now that's how pros do it. Right. So let's try that. Sierra Papa Juliet Charlie. Right, shouldn't take that long. I have sceneries for both. I guess next question is, what sceneries are they? Let me just check. So I have... it's called Dominic Design Team. Yeah, so Dominic Design Team for Lima. So let's go live weather, lifetime. Looks like good weather here. And for Cuzco, or Cusco, I don't know how to pronounce that. It's FSDG. Yeah, FSDG. So I have add-on scenery. Hey, Diego! Hang on, let me wait for the jingle. That's really kind. Diego, it was you that requested it, correct? Yeah, because you're not the only one that wants to see this, actually.
Autopilot.
There we go, there's a jingle.
Autopilot.
So, Diego, thank you so much for your donation, $37.90. And he writes, hello, Captain. Thank you very much for doing this flight. As always, amazing content. Well, Diego, thanks for suggesting the flight. Now, even though I can't do all of the flights, I try to look at the approach or the flights itself and see if they are interesting. So, yeah, thank you so much for your input on that. And then once again, thank you so much for your support, Diego. Thank you so much. Oh, there we go. So, Arriba, Peru. That's you, the Nero. Okay, sorry. I didn't get the connection then. There we go. So, Arriba, Peru also has some very fond connections. I think family, you said, you've got there. So, that's fantastic. So, it's cool to actually do a flight for people that have a real-world connection to this. And I'm sure that you guys can fill us in a little bit on some of the details. You can see already the huge area, big city at the seaside, at the Pacific here. South Pacific, really nice. And you can see already the terrain towards the east. High terrain coming up. Let me just give you the chart in a minute. So flight time is 56 minutes. It's not that long, actually, but it's going to be interesting for sure. I'll show you the charts in a minute. So let's load the flight. And we're going to be online as well. So Lima, I hope I got the call sign correct. It should be Lima, Papa Echo, I think, isn't it? So Latam Peru. Yeah, I think so. Oh no, so this is right. It's 809. So it's a real world flight. So that's a real world flight number. 809. Yeah, Marcus. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that approach. Yeah, land Peru, right? It is. It should be. I think I did some research, but that doesn't mean I'm correct. But I did try to at least get that flight plan. So asking Diego or Arriba or anybody else who has actually been here in real life, how is the scenery actually doing compared to the real airport? Let me just show you the other side here. So does that look realistic? Something you can relate to? Hey, Bukistos. So we got some check-in area here. So a little bit of interiors model as well. Ooh. Oh, and a waiting area. Look at that. We found our aircraft. Looks good? Okay, fantastic. That's really good. Good to hear. Nice. That means, let me just get the viewpoint right here. There we go. We are going to prepare the aircraft. I am going to have a look at the upload. And if it's still buggy, then we'll do what Mark has suggested. So let's go in here. Let's go init request. Here we're going to try that as well. Right, so if we get an error message now, I'll do the FMS reset. No, this time it worked. Okay, cool. So this time it's all fine. So, Lima Papa Echo 806 is our... Oh, 809 actually is our call sign. Hey, Mona Lima, how you doing? Welcome. Oh yeah, and my dear moderators, so I have set the chat to subscriber only. And subscriber needs to be subscribed for 10 minutes in order to post a chat line here. So hopefully that will reduce the amount of bots that spam these bad posts here. Hope that works. Level 350. And temperature up there is minus 45. Chopper pause is very high, 51,000 feet. Good golly. You like the bots? No, you do not. Come on. No, the bots were annoying. 15 degrees. Felix, as if. As if. I don't believe you. No, no, of course you're not redundant mods. Come on. And Ben, Airbus 330. Ben, how are you doing? So, we're late, 9 minutes. Alright, doesn't matter. We'll just go with the flow here. So what we'll do is mass and balance. We'll do instant loading. Pretty heavy. Now, oof, I'll talk a little bit about my concerns. And regarding the high-level airport stuff. So, let me go and get the APU running, and then we'll do quickly the preparations. Sometimes I don't know if you guys are serious about what you post here, or if you're just pulling my leg. Right, init A page, wind data. You good? You have a love for the FENIX A320 and P3. Yes. And to be honest, I know that it's not perfect. I know there's still issues, and I know the developers need to work on some of these issues, and they are. But I think I've proven the point that you can enjoy the FENIX in its current state. I've done, again, an absolutely amazing approach into Vagar on the last stream, and that was so cool. 1 second, and it worked. The RP approach worked absolutely fantastic. So really nice. Yeah. So Danny, I'll talk about the issues I see personally, and I wonder. Now, I wish we would have contact to real-world pilot on how they would deal with the issues that you have. What's the exit point? Oh, SimBrief gave me really weird routing again. Alright, so Paco, Pavlo. Yeah, so it's uniform mics. Yeah, okay, we'll take that. Darky. Now, here's the thing. What we're going to do is the following. So runway 28 is in use, because I did see the weather does suggest 28 in Cuzco. How do you pronounce Cuzco? Cuzco or? Yes, Ben, I am. I am indeed. I don't advertise with it, but I am indeed. Yeah. So my flight, Cuzco. Is that how you pronounce it? Cuzco. So the weather at Cuzco is, oh my god, 9 kilometers, vicinity showers, some drizzle. Oh god, broken 4-3. Hey Flying Wolf, Cuzco. Okay, that Cuzco. Okay, fantastic. So I wasn't far off then initially. Cuzco. Thank you. Cuzco. There we go. So yeah, okay, not far off. Thank you. Some bird hazard, but yeah, that's the weather. So the idea is the following. Thank you, Diego. So the idea is the following. We are planning. Where am I? Import. There we go. Import. So the routing. Hey, Caller in Flight, how you doing? That's a planned routing. And for the approach, we're going to do the following. We don't need a rival really, because our approach that we want to fly is starting at Darky or Darcy. Darky. So this would be the idea if Arriba and Diego would approve. So this would be the RP approach that I would love to try. Is that okay, or shall I do something else? Okay, cool. We'll do that. Okay, so here's my thoughts regarding the airport. Well, actually, let's just do the calculations first. So for the arrival, it's fine, fantastic, cool. So oh, actually, it's going to be wet runway 28. Apply the METAR. Landing weight. Now, this is the thing. So we expect a landing weight. We need about 2,700 kilograms. 2,700 kilograms of fuel. So 6-1 for takeoff. That's going to be about 3,400 kilograms upon touchdown. So 3,000 kilograms. 3,400. So that's the initial load sheet. And that's the final load sheet. So 60... We're going to be weighing about 64 tons. And that is pretty heavy for that altitude. Let's see what the calculator says. So landing weight, 64. Auto brake will take medium, reverse, and auto thrust off. Okay, interesting, interesting. So, it says landing distance required is about 1,700 meters factored. And we have 3,300. So we can actually go auto brake low. Okay, so auto brake low. But what's the issue then? Well, the issue is the following. If you go and look at your approach chart, it requires a pretty darn high missed approach profile. So if we go to reference documents and runway 28, oh, that's nice. Look at that. It gives you a lovely view of the airport there. That's really cool. So, no, yeah, Felix, I know you want the memes, but what I'm trying to get at is an issue. So here's the issue. For the RMPAR, and that's what we're going to be doing, authorization required, it says, ball note 1, missed approach climb gradient, 255 feet per nautical mile. I've done some calculations, so I don't leave things to chance. I've done some calculations, and now I'm going to start to bore you to death, but I don't care. So, does that work? No, why is it not working? Hang on. What happened now? What's the panic? So let me just resync my iPad. Come on, you can do it. Oh, there we go. So, so this is a little chart, and if you look at feet per minute, oh sorry, feet per nautical mile, and if we have a required of 255, it's pretty much 2.4 degrees climb angle. And with our approach speed or missed approach speed, so let's say we have indicated 140 somewhere, we would be ground speed around 180, I would imagine. So I think 180 is a pretty good value for the missed approach speed. And that means we need about 800 feet per minute climb rate. That equates to about 4%, 4.5% gradient. And I can tell you that a heavy 320 at 10,000 feet is going to be struggling, single engine, to get a 4.4% gradient. So the only thing really you could do is then follow a engine out procedure, but I don't have the data for that. Hence, if we were to do a single engine go around, and that's something pilots would have to consider, you need to make sure that you have the performance for that. Otherwise, you won't be allowed to start the approach, because imagine you have an engine failure, that would be certain death. So that's something we need to clear out prior. So really, even before departing, you would work out already your maximum allowable landing weight at that airport with the current conditions and the or the expected conditions upon landing and the actual runway altitude, 10,700 feet. So that's the first thing. So let's pretend that we have that performance, and knowing that we're not going to have an engine failure, knock on wood. So right, that's one thing. The other thing is we have a button there, a high altitude landing. Now, we've talked about this because the FS Labs has that as well. Now, our aircraft in the real world don't have it. So I have some infos on it. And I can give you some infos in a minute. Let me just go ahead and get the right infos here for you. Hold on. There we go. So, what does that push button do? So, oh, hang on, mask manual on. No, that's not. Hang on, that's not the one. There we go. High. There we go. I found it. So, high altitude landing push button. So, this push button switch changes the altitude threshold for deployment of the passenger oxygen masks. Off, the masks drop if the cabin pressure exceeds 14,000 feet plus minus 250 to 750 feet. Meaning that when we approach Cuzco, stop that. And the cabin altitude then is regulated to the airport elevation. There's a risk that you may go above that threshold. Alright, so now we have landing elevation 10,800 feet. And of course, later in the approach, the cabin will be regulated so that the landing pressure, or the cabin pressure, is set to slightly below the landing elevation. But it could happen that maybe it just overregulates initially and you get a higher than that, and you may deploy accidentally those masks. Now, I don't really see that as such a big risk, but who knows, it may happen. Now, if that push button is set to on, then so if that is switched to on, then the mask could drop if the cabin pressure exceeds 16,000 feet plus minus 250, 750 feet. So that increases that threshold. Hey, Sim Caesar, nice to see you. Hope you had a great weekend. Hope all is good. So you guys have now the duty to tell me later on when we start that ascent into Cuzco that I switched that on, right? If I forget, I'm going to blame you guys. Each and every one of you. And I have no problem with that. So, let's have a quick look here. It's no joke. I'm serious about that. Everest quiet. All right. So, Costa next 8. That's the routing. And we're 60.4. So let's have a look at the load sheet. Yeah, I have no problem with that. So 60.4. So block fuel is 6.3. It's not that much. 6.3. And the auto fuel required. You're paying passengers, are you sure about that? So for the alternate, we need 1.1 tons. 1.1. Put that in there. Normally that would be 1.2 tons for half an hour final reserve fuel. So we have a bit of extra, although I need to enter the arrival here. So runway 28, and we're doing the approach, the RNAV 28, and I'm going to approach via. Oh, hold on. S-dark, N-dark. Hold on. What's happening here? Let me just call up the chart real quickly. Approach RP. No, that's a different one. Is that the south and the north dark or something? Let me try that again. Hey Ian, how are you doing? Yeah, Ian, you need to remind me later on, please. Yeah, hang on, let me just scroll through that again. View R. No, that's the RMP. Oh, okay, so that is South Darky then. Okay, so I need to press South Darky. Let's try that. Let's see if that's the correct one. Yeah, there we go. That's the one. So 686, 682, etc., etc., etc. All the waypoints. Yeah. 5, etc., etc. 592, 556, and then the final approach. Yeah, all correct. Cool. Right, missed approach as well. Cool. That's inserted in the A page, in the B page, flight plan page, RATNAV for departure. So let me just go and find our departure route. So let's set everything up here as well. So we go departure. That is the Park Hall 3 departure. Park Hall 3. There we go. That's our departure route. And you can see we need a big climb gradient as well. God, that's so high terrain. 20,000 feet here already. Blimey. They're not messing about. So, departure ground charts. Airport. Yeah, lots of hot spots there. Look at that. That will be some interesting briefing, wouldn't it? LD for fun. No. Right, so. Parking stands. I think we're parked at 13 here. Is anybody else online? Let me see. Is anybody else joining? Where am I? There. Oh, hello. Who's this? Who's flying along? MAN, GG's. Thank you so much. Welcome. Excellent. Cool. What else? So for the departure route. So the departure route says it goes as follows. Diego, no worries. George, how are you doing? Toto, quick question to you. In the Challenger, Do you also have that high altitude selection, or is it automatic, or don't you have to do anything in the Challenger? So transition 10,000 here. RNF1 approved. And so we are going via... oh yeah, 668, aren't we? Yeah, there we go. So we're going this way. That means climb course 156 to Season between 4 and 6. Then Juliet Charlie 930, 9,000 or below. And then Juliet Charlie 945 at 10,000 or above. And then Packhold 210 above. It's automatic. And max landing is 14,000 pressure altitude. There we go. So that's a good point, Toto. Exactly. So it's reference to pressure altitude. So depending on the environmental conditions, QNH, etc., etc. So yeah, you could reach 14,000 at some point that way. So I'm going to put that in here. Routing again, that's fine. The restrictions are in, and the levels are no factor today for the aircraft, so that's manageable. Let's go and hit the performance button for departure. So departure. Runway 16 dry. Sync the load sheet 66.4 tons. Weather. Wind 180 at 11. Headwind 19 degrees 1014. We'll take full length and we'll calculate that. Wow, 68. Oh, okay, but flaps 3, no. No, let's do, I don't know, 2 maybe, but let's not do actually packs on. And let's try 1 plus F. Let's see what that gives us. So much better climb out performance. Yeah, we'll take that. 1 plus F, 64, and down 0.2. So flaps 1 down 0.2, 64, 152, 152, 153. Yeah, transition 10,000 is correct. We're going to stick with NADP 2, and for the engine out, we'll do probably 1700 then. So 1014 is the QNH. Yeah, we'll do 1700 engine out. All right. Right, let's get everything ready. And the initial altitude is going to be, let's put this at 10,000. It is. Right. So, old briefing format, A320 wingtip fences, no technical issues. Departure route is checked. We're going 10,000 feet along the waypoints. Full length takeoff, 64 flex, speeds 52, 52, 53. And the flaps 1 departure. Threats, obviously, high terrain to the east. And for the engine failure after V1, acceleration 1700. Once the engine is secured, we go to the west, out to the sea. Radar vectored approach in, I'd say, 3,000 feet to land here. We should be above max landing weight of 64.5, so something to consider as a threat. Yeah, Toto, absolutely, yeah. And that's, we talked about this at the beginning of the stream, Toto, is where I would be very skeptical that we could meet the single engine requirements of the climb today with that landing weight. So that needs to be sorted out before we depart. But we're assuming everything's correctly done. Good. Before start checklist, cockpit prep completed. Signs are on and auto. Fuel quantity 6,300 kilograms. Altimeters 1014 at 140 feet. Below the line, windows, doors closed. Closed. Let me get rid of that again. And closed. Beacon is on. Thrust levers idle. Am I not? Hang on. Hold on. Oh, you're right. I pressed live time, but live weather. There we go. Let me check the weather here in the sim. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Thank you. Cheers. Good. And the parking brake is currently on. And that's before start checklist completed. There's no control here. So we'll squawk 2000. That is on. 1 to 2.8. And we'll do that again with the iPad. Lima traffic, LATAM 809, stand 13, pushing back. No, that's... Hang on, Toto, that can't be right. What, they're flying CRJs 200 into there? Hey, why is my tug not working? Excuse me? Hello, hello? It's refusing to connect.
Lima traffic, Luna 1167, gate 14. Pushback and start up, expect runaway 15.
I don't know why I can't get the pushback to work. Oh, you had the same issue. Alright, so I guess Shift P then. Ah, okay, thanks for the infos. Alright. Great, I was about to push back. Now, I don't know where he's pushing to. So I guess we're gonna wait. So we've got a bit of time. There's a bug, okay. I tell you what, we're just going to do a straight pushback, shall we? Because he can taxi out as well. Hang on. There we go. Come on, push me back. Keep pushing me back. It's trying. Is there anything we can do? Because now Shift P doesn't work either. Spamming Shift P. Come on. You can do it. Oh, it's the same thing. Okay. No, because that two-bar pushback is giving you issues. Well, that's interesting. What's happened here? Lol. Okay, let me try something here real quickly. I think we've broken something. Yeah, I think something else issue here. Hang on. Oh, that works. Yeah, you see that's so something's got a bit haywire. Uh-oh. Hey Gideon, how are you doing? Yeah, I have an issue. So let me just restart.
Lima traffic taxi via Alpha to Honeypond runway 105.
Okay, so it's actually Phoenix completely ditched out. So what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to try to find a parking spot where we can just simply taxi out. Blame Bruno. Yeah, so just have to restart that real quickly. Yeah, the only thing is, so Sim sees that the only problem is right now with the toolbar pushback. There's an issue right now where it can cause, it looks like memory leak or something. So I'll do a very quick setup here so you guys don't get bored too much. I'm going to try to do that from memory real quickly. So Lima Papa Echo. 809. The cruise was 350. Minus 45. Wind request. Then we're going to do a really instant loading. We're slightly late. No, so unfortunately, no, they don't have. They still need to work on that. And let's do instant. And there we go. And so we're weighing 66.7 for takeoff, 60.4 31.3. So 60.4 with 30.3, and the block fuel is 6.3. There we go. So departure is 16. Parkour 3 departure, insert, and then we'd go runway 28 with the RMP approach. So let's choose the RNF 28, approach via the south Dark. There we go. Cool. So in the B page, all filled out. Fantastic. Performance was 64. Flaps 1, and that was down 0.2, I think. 152, 152, 153, somewhere in that region. Doesn't have to be exact. So we already checked those values. There we go, 19 degrees, looking good. 1014, and 10,000 feet here. Oh, ear infection, yeah, I hate those as well. Yeah, I hope you get better soon. Diego, as well. Thank you, Diego, for not only...
Welcome aboard the Captain Black Box YouTube channel subscriber experience. Could new subscribers please make their way to the first class cabin, where complimentary drinks, snacks and premium flight entertainment will be served. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Diego.
1167, line up and take off runway 15.
Not only for your donation, but also for the membership. Thank you so much for that.
Departure, line level 370. Report airborne.
So let's see. Oh, there it is. So another one there. Yeah, so just gonna do engine start, then taxi out straight out here.
Hello, Black Box.
Hello, hello. Hey, Lee, wie geht's dir? How's school? I hope everything's fine. I hope you're all good. Okay, yeah, I hope all's fine, Lee. Nice to see you. Thank you so much for coming in, saying hello. That's really kind of you. Okay, let's do this. To start. I'm doing well. Thank you very much for asking, Lee. Yeah, all good. A bit tired from all the work, but apart from that, all fine. Yeah.
1167, airborne, runway 15 is cleared.
No, well, we tried to push back, and for some reason that really bugged out the sim. So we did shift P to push back. Right, one start, and yeah, it just really messed up everything. Cool. look. Alrighty, after start flows. That. Let's do that. Flaps 1. And the trim down 0.2. Flight controls up. Down, neutral, left, right, neutral, rudder, left, right. After start checklist, anti-ice is off, not required. Status checked, and the trim is about, oops, we said about 30% set 0. Lima traffic, LATAM 809 taxiing via Alpha to runway 16 in Lima. Right, let's close the eyes. Nothing to see here. Airbus fan? No, at the moment. My time is limited anyways. And so no, I don't know. The last time I flew the FS Labs. There, Diego. Here, so they are building a second runway. Nice. Yeah, I'm sure that traffic demands requires that. Some of the TCAS already. Good. There's MAN departing. Very nice. Before takeoff checklist, flight controls checked. Flap setting 1 plus F, speeds 152, 152, 153, flex 64, EK memo takeoff no blue down the line. MAN, have a good flight. Swiss Tony, no. For me, the reason why I'm flying here today is because of Diego and also hang on, let's just see. Right, and yeah, so Arriba Peru is also Niru. He contacted me as well. Saying that I have some personal relations with Lima or the Cuzco airport, actually Cuzco, having relatives there and so on. It's a mixture, Airbus fans. So it's a mixture between satellite imagery and on top of that, the airport. Yeah, I mean, you can do a better job, yes, sure. But we're not here for the airport solely. We're here for the flight and with the interesting approach into Cuzco. Lima traffic, LATAM 809 lining up runway 16 in Lima. So, approach sector is clear. Initial maintain 270. Let me just check that. Fast lineup. No time to lose. No, the RMP, just go. Initial climb. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I didn't see that. Yeah, so yeah, you can go 270 then. Yeah, absolutely. We'll put that in as well. 270. Good. So below the line, takeoff runway is 16 full length. The packs are on engines. What now? What? Oh, you guys, like 5 miles, that's fine. Let's go. 12 minutes after we started the sim. GG's. Lima traffic, LATAM 809 departing runway 16 in Lima. Let's go. Chrono. I don't know why that's not showing. Okay, there you go. Takeoff. We've got Manflex 64 SRS runway auto thrust blue. Thrust set. 100 knots. E1, rotate. Pause right. Gear up. Imagine having flown here in real life. Thrust climb. Climb up magenta 6000. Auto thrust. I've been there, done that. Lol. Oh man. Well, the high mountains there. Wow, that's spectacular. Right, autopilot 1 is on. Let's have a look. So 6,000 until season, and then we go 9,000 there. Yeah, we'll just leave the aircraft on managed climb then. Flap 0, speed is checked. Flaps 0, spoilers disarmed. Those lights off. Oh yeah. Wow, that looks lovely. Look at that. Alright, so just flew over your old apartment at the beach there or what? Wow. That's incredible. No, I've not. Hey, Arthbico, buenas noches. Right, 9,000. ¿Cómo estás? $2,000 feet to go. Muy bien. Have you recovered from the jet lag? How's it going on that? Wow, that looks pretty spectacular. Really nice. Oh yeah, Arriba. Have you heard anything about that? Yeah, are there any plans for that? Yeah, who needs real flights now? Only to compare. Right, we got now thrust climb out blue 27,000. Although we're going to be transitioning now. There we go. So we got standard set. That goes off. Seatbelts goes off as well. Gorgeous weather here. No clouds. Nice. Right, that's clear. Secondary, let's copy the active. No fix infos. Cool. So we are on real time. Yeah, 2116 Zulu. MAN is 20 miles ahead, almost. Wow. Look at that. So no dates yet. They just said they will do it at some point.
Good night, Black
Is it really that hot already? So we've got 17 degrees here. Hey, Voyager, take care. Yes, see you Thursday then. Black Sun. Thanks for watching, Voyager. I've set it to CPU, but again, those settings, you need to try it on your system because everyone has different CPUs, GPUs, and so on. Yeah, so I put it on CPU recommended, but they have done some more improvements. So I am going to try to get it back on the onboard GPU at some point to try that. Yeah, I mean, look how the terrain goes up now. So yeah, we're already en route to that waypoint, and then we park hold 210, and again, that's 20,000 feet. Highest obstacle in that region here. That's incredible. That's a GoPro view there. How cool. And if you're in Cuzco, you have to visit Machu Picchu. Machu Picchu. Is that a volcano or something? If there's any region around the world I've been to Chile, I've been to Argentina, I've been to Brazil, but I've never been up here to Peru or Colombia or that's already fantastic. That's a weird village on a green, or weird green, high green thing. What? Oh, the town of Incas. There we go. Yeah. Oh, that must be very interesting. Yeah. I hope so. Hang on. Yeah. Live weather. Yeah. So currently, Cuzco is giving me showers in the vicinity, scattered 4.3, overcast 8,000. Yeah, so the weather in Cuzco is not going to be so nice, apparently. Arco, definitely. I've had some really lovely flights here, South America. There are some really interesting airports, especially those, you know, at higher elevation. Always a very nice challenge. What's the ETA? It's about 50 minutes from now on, I think. 45. 45 minutes. Not much longer. Wow, imagine flying here in real life. Wow. No, Bogota, no. I've never been to Bogota, no. That was not in our routing sectors back then, so... Oh, you mean the sim? Yeah, Bogota, I think in the sim I've been to Bogota. Yeah, I think so. So you had a flight from Lima to Arequipa. Let's go Arequipa and then Cuzco. Haven't seen nothing like La Paz. The approach over the city is stunning because the city feels that that climbs towards you instead of you descending. Okay, wow. Someone was asking regarding La Paz. Is there a scenery for La Paz here in Microsoft Flight Sim? MEN, which approach via did you choose? South, MEN. So S-Dark. Yeah. If you choose S-Dark, then you get the right waypoints. Julia is another challenging airport. Toto, you mentioned La Paz. Is there, I mean, for X-Plane for sure, right? There's definitely going to be some scenery for that. Juliaca. Excellent. Cool. Yeah, MEN, I'm going to be interested to see how that works. I mean, it's going to start out really high because it has a lot of track miles. So if you look at the chart later on, look at that. It's just park code 210. Yeah, that's no issue. And then we've got the approach then. So we want those two. So these are lots of track miles. So that's not to scale. So you've got 36 miles from Darky to the approach fix. Another 12, 4, 3, 7, 10. Yeah, so you can see it's a lot of track miles. A lot of track miles. And the final approach starts at Zulu Oscar 556. Hey Bella, how you doing? So that's where it starts. Out of 12,700 feet. And I mean, okay, right, let's keep in mind though, even though we are, what, 25,000 feet here, the airport is actually at 11,000 feet almost. That is just incredibly high. Imagine, now for me, living in one of the flattest parts in Germany, pretty much sea level. Imagine if I had to go to Cuzco. I mean, how high is Mexico City? Is it 7.5 or 8,000 feet or something? I mean, imagine 11,000. Boy, I would be out of breath so quickly. Yeah, the approach is going to be amazing. I've never flown it in the FENIX, so. And there's a freeware scenery for La Paz. Okay, nice. Yeah, I need to check that out as well. Yeah. And Silent Hunter, hey, how you doing? Right, we're 27,000 feet. So how high do we want to go? 350. There we go. So 350. Up we go. Thrust climb up through 350. Already equal time point coming up. No, I'm not going to try landing flapless. I can imagine, Ian. So what was the altitude sickness feel like for you then? How did that? For me, I always get headache. So the second day, even in Mexico, the second day I get headache, and it's not because of tequila or something like that. No, I just get headache. And I sleep really badly. Oh, another thing, I remember, because I have a low pulse anyways, I remember that when I was sleeping and I woke up, my heart rate must have been like, I don't know, 35. Airbus fan, mach's gut, good night. Bis bald. Thanks for watching. Descent Charlie, let me just check, hold on. Circling approach, Charlie, that one there. Okay. Well, that's interesting as well. I mean, so you have like a racetrack pattern here. And you have to start at 17,000 feet. So that's about 6 point something above the elevation. And you have about 10 miles plus another 3 or something? 3, 4? Yeah, another 4 miles. So that's about 15 miles to the threshold, let's say. 4,500 feet. That means you have a steeper than normal descent profile. And so really all it is, you descend to the minimums at 14.5, and from there you need to see the airport and the surroundings, and then you can just continue visually. And it's pretty steep. You need a, what is it, 3.5 degree or something? Yeah, and like I said, it's a visual approach, so... Hey, Arco, yes, I am. I'm a real-world A320 pilot, yeah. Thank you much for tuning in, Arco. I hope you're doing good. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. Oh, no. I just spelled your name, and I was like... Alright, there we go. So if you have any questions, just put exclamation mark ask, and I'll get to your question. Annoying. Artemico says the last time we flew to La Paz was 727. Blimey. Yeah, Ian as well. Massive headache, high altitude. Chewed cocoa leaves. Really? Yeah, so the problem was for me, I always woke up and I thought my heart would stop beating because it was going so slow. Really weird. Danny, hang on. So I'm taking the RNP, hang on, what's it called? RNP AR28. And we're taken via South Darky. S Darky is the approach via. Yeah, that's the one we take. Silent Hunter, you flew to Embraer one in Fortaka, and one of our instructors had a video of this. Oh, nice. And how was it? Which approach did he do then? Yeah, Arco, yeah, thanks. Indeed. So they had to prove, yeah, that's what we talked about at the beginning. So the main thing is, you will find a reference to the missed approach climb gradient. So the 255 nautical feet per nautical miles will translate to, let me just get the chart out again. So you can get some charts for that to translate that for you. So here's feet per nautical mile. So 255 would be pretty much here. At high altitude, I expect the ground speed at least 180 knots. So config 3 for the missed approach. Gear up. And that means you need at least 800 feet per minute climb rate. So it's almost 2.5 degree angle. And if you translate that to gradient, that's about 4.5% climb gradient. And with the A320, that's heavy. At that altitude, it's going to be a tough one. Yeah, so single engine, max climb gradient, that's going to be tough, out cruise. Also, I mean, our aircraft, so depending on the aircraft type, you need special certifications to operate these aircraft at such high altitude. So for our aircraft, so the highest really that we can go is 9,200 feet pressure altitude. So the ones we have are limited to 9,200 feet pressure altitude. So the ones that we have, we couldn't even operate them at Cuzco. Yeah, but they have. The thing is this, so this button up here, I've shown it also in the beginning, all that does is it actually increases the threshold for the oxygen mask, the passenger oxygen mask, to drop out from 14,000 to 16,000 feet. That's all this switch does. Wow, I'm surprised. Well, the Embraer, that it can do that. GG's. Diego, they will have different certifications, yeah. Absolutely. I don't know what it takes for the aircraft to be certified for those high altitude airports. It wasn't fun, but well, actually, Tota, that's a good question. Let me bring up the pressure page then. Yeah. So for me, I would expect that to happen once we start our descent. So once the aircraft is within 200 miles and we start descent, the cabin pressure controller will then start to regulate the pressure. But we'll see. We'll keep that page open. Hey, GoFly. Greetings to Colombia. How are you doing? No, the thing is this, so Toto, we don't have an airport where literally we have a higher cabin altitude than 7,000 feet or 8,000 feet. So the thing is that the profile starts once you start your descent, and then it will start to regulate the pressure. It doesn't do that now. It does that when you start your descent. But that's the thing. I don't know. I can't for sure say that when you have a pressure altitude or a landing altitude higher than the current cabin altitude, when that exactly starts happening. It's kind of weird that you have a profile that doesn't go down in tandem to your descent. It actually goes it separates from your flight profile, and it separates the cabin pressure profile, which increases then. That's strange. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Okay, go on. No? Alfie says monitorize the cabin pressure in A350 with my watch descending in Mexico. It was well in descent. Okay. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see when it does that. It's interesting because I would assume the FENIX does that. Hopefully correctly. Are you using a yoke when flying the 737? Yes, I am. It's correct. The source of bleed air instead of initial pressure comes from low pressure when the engines are idle. No, it's the other way around. So when you have, right now, the RPM at higher settings, you get initial pressure, and then once you get to idle power, you have the high pressure kick in to make sure you have, or you meet the bleed demand. Do you prefer Airbus or Boeing? Well, it's always that question, isn't it? The Airbus is a very nice aircraft to work on. But if you ask me regarding manual flying, then of course I would be saying I prefer the Boeings. What yoke? It's the Thrustmaster Boeing yoke that I use. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just going through the documents to see if that is correct, that it goes to 7,000. Okay, so I found one reference. It says, during the cruise, the controller maintains a cabin altitude of level of value or at the landing field elevation, whichever is higher, but the cabin altitude target is limited to a maximum of approximately 8,000 feet. That's the only reference I just found. Good. Let me have a look at the weather real quickly. done that, I think. I took it out again. Let's apply the METAR. 13 degrees, 1020. The FENIX, well, I mean, from a professional standpoint, there is still a lot of inaccuracies and bugs which the normal user won't see. But if you really dig deep, then there's some things that still need to be ironed out. The developers are aware of that. But, you know, from an entertainment kind of point of view, the aircraft is already in a really nice state. It's enjoyable. But, yeah, there's still work to be done. Absolutely. Uh, 230 at 3. Scat at 43 broke 813 1028. Cool. Let's do that again. Does your FCOM include the No, it does not. No, because we don't have it. That's the thing. And the information we get in our FCOM is pretty poor. You'd be surprised how little infos Airbus actually gives their pilots on the system depth. So let's go and insert the data. So we've got 1028. Temperature is 13. Can you make a video with the yoke configuration? Well, no, the thing is that the sensitivity stuff, that's something you need to try out for yourself, I'm afraid. I have dialed down the elevator sensitivity. Even here in the FENIX, I've dialed it down by about, I think it's 30%. So between 30-40% sometimes. Actually here, I think I've done it with minus 30 here at the moment.
Good night, Black Box.
Haley, mach's gut. Yeah, all the best. I'm pretty sure probably have lots of exams to go through right now. Yeah, alles Gute. Salah Hunter, did you look in the environmental profile or environmental envelope? Yeah, so ours is the highest we have is 9,200. Takeoff and landing 9,000. That's the limit we have. Pressure altitude. Yeah, we'll take autobrake low, we'll take some reverse, manual landing, flat full, auto thrust off, and the landing weight is currently 64.6. Let's do 64 then. So 64.0, enter. Right. Runway 28, good. Light the weather. Oh. Alright, so it requires autobrake low 2,000 meters, factor 2,300, and we have 3,400 available. So autobrake low will do quite nicely. Yeah, again, I'm sure that, you know, you can buy these, oh, look at that. Wow. If they call them packages regarding high altitude operations. And so the thing is, for our routes, we don't have any real high altitude airports that we fly to. I would think the highest that we do is what, 3,000 feet, something? I can't really remember flying to anything higher than, let's say, 3,000 feet. No, you did not. Really? You flew the route Isle a month ago? Well, yeah, I'll try to do as much as possible through the window, yeah. But obviously I do have to have a look from time to time. Right, so the weird thing is we're already at Darky, so I am going to start descent down to the final approach altitude, which is 12,700. So I'm going to put 12,700 in here and then let the aircraft start its descent. So, descent up magenta 155. Wow. So, MAN is 20 miles ahead. That's no factor. Alright, let's have a look at the pressure again. Let's see what happens when that profile starts to separate. Landing elevation is about 10,700. Yeah, 10,700. Good. So, anything else we need? Oh, yeah, the bar row. So, for the minimums, let's have a look. $11.8. RP 0.3. There we go. Wow. That already looks really nice. I mean, that's just with the standard kind of data. Oh, there we go. It's rising up now. Look, Toto. Yeah. So the pressure controller now has gone into the descent phase. Well, now it's actually regulating. Regulating that. Hey, Dreamliner, how you doing? Yes, Silent Hunter. I bought the add-on from FSDG. Yeah. How many trek miles? 73, and we have to lose about 20,000 feet. It's an RMP approach, so we don't really need any VUR info, but yeah, let's leave that open. LOD was it 125 now? I think it just said it 125. The most difficult approach in your life. Alright, well, I wouldn't say they're overly difficult. So the approaches, let's say, you know, in real life into Mexico, Bilbao, but those airports are really, well, the challenge comes with the weather. There's not so much the airport itself. Oh, it's a bit turbulent here. Right, so yeah, theoretically we don't have to press that high, but I mean, there's no harm in doing it. It doesn't do anything else. Yeah, so now we get the advisory, and here it says high altitude set. Amsterdam, well, yeah. And again, we don't have that button in our aircraft. I wonder if I do that now. Yeah, okay, maybe that's one of the things. It also, not only does it change the automatic deployment, it also kills the checklist. Downey, no. I mean, that is just the way it is. It's going to regulate to 10,800 feet. Right, 21 and above. It would be great if you know, if you had contact to a pilot who actually flies these high approaches. Yeah, so I don't see any deviations from the normal system behavior right now, so all good. Oh, hang on, what's this? Hold on. Let me just check the message here. No, all good. That's just a delay message. So 10,000 feet above the ground, signs lights on anyways. 155 is the restriction at the moment. Right, so we're pretty much beamed the airport almost already. So as a passenger, wow, look at that. You already think you're so low down. Incredible. So threats would be high altitude, more drag, okay. It would be obviously high terrain, high ground speeds, because higher true air speeds, high missed approach gradient that you need to meet. Cuzco traffic, LATAM 809 is overhead Zulu Oscar 620 for the RMP approach. Runway 28 in Cuzco. There's MAN. Let me just put that to below.
LATAM 693 approaching Zulu Oscar 612 initiating.
Yeah, so
for the RMP.
landing elevation 10,800. It's leveling off about 10,700. Maybe just a tad more, but yeah, you can see the pressure's now regulated to there, and that's it. Okay, slowing down now, 230 knots maximum at the next waypoint. Man, it's really struggling, isn't it? Crikey. Wow, that's exciting stuff. It really is. Yeah, so below 20,000 feet, you're allowed to use flaps. So I'm going to start doing selected speed here. Wow, it's incredible how many different limitations come into play here. Alright, flaps 1. Speed is checked, flaps 1. Some more speed brakes. Wow, look at the S speed up here. So we have to go below the S speed so we don't bust the flap 2 limit there. Most probably, I mean, if you had the real world calculator here for that airport, I wouldn't be surprised if, as a matter of fact, you could maybe only take like a landing weight of 60 tons into here. Flaps 2, speed is checked. Right, let's go down. There we go. Oh boy. That is nuts. Meow. Yeah, you gotta wait now. No time. Look at that. Wow. That is incredible. Good. Now we're on the path. Continue down. And limitation. Check on a second. So next one's going to be 13.5. So it's got a 15.5 restriction, next is 13.5. Wow. Right, I can see MAN right there, and that's the valley we're going to go into now. 1028. Is set. Alrighty. Let's go 160 knots. So the final descent profile is actually not that high. So once we hit that final approach point, Zulu Oscar 556, from that approach onwards,
And Cuzco traffic.
we have 2.8 degrees.
On the 6 mile final.
That's not too bad. So approach phase is now active. We can see the VDEF bar showing, and here also the LDEF. We're still doing a indicated 160, but look at the true airspeed, 204 knots. Because we're still at 14,500 feet. And that's only like 4,000 feet, less than 4,000 feet above the ground. So again, as a passenger, you just see high terrain everywhere. It's beautiful. Oropesa Valley. Thank you. Good. We are about to reach our final approach point. So I'm going to go gear down here. Speed managed. And the missed approach takes us via the waypoints to level 210. Good God. Right, flaps 3. Speeds check flaps 3. Just make sure that we reach that 2,700 limit there. And there's the runway. Now the valley opens up a bit.
2,500.
It's checked. So approach mode is armed. So we've got approach nav final blue.
Lot on traffic.
Terrain ahead.
Check disregard.
Terrain ahead.
693 runway. Okay, this is
Terrain
Dial that
ahead.
down just a tad.
Terrain ahead. Pull up.
Final approach, flaps full. Speeds check, flaps full, and spoilers armed. A landing checklist, ECMM landing, no blue. And we're going to go 210. Missed approach altitude. My God, these mountains. So it's still following the path here. And we're coming up to 524. We should have 11.8. That checks 11.8. 100 above. Runway's inside. Let me already sync the
Minimum.
continue. Manual thrust
1,000.
is checked. Let's go manual thrust. It's manual flight. Right. It shows it just a tad low. Ground speed is 170. Look at the amount of power that we need. And again, ground speed 170 knots. There we go. Now we got 1 white, 3 red. Just be careful with the descent rate as well. Yeah, but look at all the houses on the sidelines there. On par.
300.
So 2.8 degrees. We don't need to do anything really crazy. Land checklist was completed. No blue. Over the fence here.
100.
Speed is good.
50, 40, 30, 20. Retard. 5.
Oh yes, please. So spoilers, reverse green decel. Now that's how pros do it. Right, manual brakes. Don't know who kicked the auto brake off. We'll take the next one, Bravo, to the left, unless we're not allowed to, but I don't see why not. I was actually worried because people have been saying, or we actually had some of the streamers having issues with the flare, where the elevators won't be effective enough. And runway is vacated at Cuzco from LATAM 809. Wow, that was an interesting approach. And things happen so quickly. But again, the guidance was fine. It's just it actually showed a bit low on the deviation, and that actually coincided with the parpies as well. Burger, yeah, yeah, makes you hungry, doesn't it? So let's start the APU here. That can go there. And then where do we park? I think we're going to park on the other side, I guess. Unless there is some... No, we're gotta go this way. No. The cabin altitude is 10,800. So the automatic masks deployment would be 14,000 feet. Ariba, well, actually, you know what, Ariba? I've been here with the DC-6 about half a year ago or something. Of course, you probably didn't know me back then, and you didn't see me do it. Yeah, I've been here actually before. But yeah, I do remember that was a lovely, lovely airport, really interesting. And yeah, exactly. So with the high altitude is 16,000, but even now, if you did that, the only thing that really happens is you get the warning again regarding cabin altitude, and it will throw out that procedure. But golly, I mean, that must be exciting to fly in real life as a passenger, even. I'll just stop here. I'll actually go a bit further. Stop here. Get ground power connected. Let's not bother with the APU. Hey Diego, well, thanks so much for the suggestions, guys, regarding the flight here. Again, it's always cool to see, you know, the cool ideas people have, and the lovely approaches that result from that. Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it, guys. I'm definitely going to be doing some more flights here in South America for sure. I'm always open for new suggestions regarding routings as well. So let's see what happens when the doors open. Let's deboard. Yeah, so still flashes, obviously. Danny just landed. You enjoyed it as well? Fantastic. Lol. Look at that sun setting. The shadow going. Look at that. You can watch the shadow moving there. Brake temperature. Well, I don't think the brake temperatures are really that representative. Yeah, we had automatic low but higher speeds, so I would expect that to be yeah, a little bit higher. Can we get the jetway? Total jetway. So jetways don't work here, it seems. Yeah, they don't work here. Oh, that's a shame. Cool. Yeah, so Arco actually... Hang on, let me see. Toto, hang on. Toto's looking for some inaccuracies. Let me just check. Pressure. So currently it's got 10,000. Well, it's still... Yeah, it's descending a bit more now. Yeah, yeah, exactly. So it's got 1,028. So if we had, let me check. Let me go manual weather, and let me put that to 1013. There we go. Cool. Right, next stream, if you like.
Good night, Black Box.
Good night. Thank you so much, Ariba. Thanks for the support. Thanks to Diego as well. I'm glad you enjoyed that flight. Thanks for flying along to MAN, Danny. Hope you enjoyed that flight as well, guys. Next stream is on Thursday. And yeah, Sarajevo is an airport that I have scenery for as well now. I've been to Sarajevo on a 737 a long time ago, but not on the A320 yet. Just go ahead and have a look at the scenery. Mighty moderators, thank. Oh, the tip with the subscriber only chat actually worked quite nicely. So that has actually helped with the bots, hasn't it? Yeah. So. And Aku, you're from Bosnia. Nice. Yeah, like I said, I've been to Sarajevo.
Good night,
And
Black
I do
Box.
know that we do fly to Sarajevo now as well. My pleasure, Diego. Once again, thanks so much for hanging out here. Thanks for the suggestion.
Lovely. Cusco traffic, limit 5 on it, line up and take off and go down 0.
Oh, there we go. So he's been very patiently waiting. Oh, look how the sun is setting here. That's so cool. Gabriel, thanks for watching. Thanks so much. I'm glad you enjoyed it. And Diego, thank you again for your membership and your donation. Thank you so much. And also Ariba, thanks for your membership as well. Just watch that departure. Triple Bob, thanks. Take care. Good night to you. Did I answer all the questions yet? Let me see. Is there any more questions open? Oh, yes, there are. Can you quickly explain why the rudder on A320 is deflected full right with no pressure? Yeah, because of the wind, MAN. So depending where the wind is coming from, it pushes the rudder left or right. Have a good flight. Look how long the takeoff run is for that guy. Now he's starting to rotate. Blimey, that took a long distance, didn't it? Look at that. It's now lifting off, and you've got to be careful. So actually, you know what? We're going to do a departure again out of Cuzco at some point. And it's one of those things where you have to get your mind in the right order before you depart. So you need to have a look at threats again. So threat high altitude elevation, meaning even with two engines working at higher gross weights, it needs a long takeoff run. So the acceleration will be a lot slower than what you normally would be used to. And the initial pitch, you can't pull it to 17 degrees. It doesn't work. That will get you in trouble. So, you know, already preset that as a threat. Say, okay, initial rotation is going to be lower. Let's say, you know, 30 degrees maybe or something like that. Yeah, and then if you do have an engine failure, golly, that would be so weird. Obviously, it's all calculated, so you can't take off, you know, unless you can manage a single engine climb out. But still, I would imagine the climb rate then is pretty low. I mean, it's still high enough to clear all the obstacles, but still, it would not be really that high. Interesting stuff. All right, guys. Thank you so much once again. Take care. Take care. And I'll see you soon, guys. Good night, everyone.